Hi, this is Rob Williams, and I'm here today to show you the Kettlebell Clean. The Kettlebell Clean is a great alternative to the Olympic barbell clean, as well as the Olympic snatch. So the great thing about the Kettlebell Clean is that it has a very low learning curve, but it's also great for individuals who may still have some type of wrist or shoulder restriction, which doesn't allow for them to be able to perform traditional hang cleans or power cleans because they're unable to rack the barbell. The great thing about the kettlebell is that we can still train triple extension. And as you know, in athletic performance, when we're sprinting or when we're jumping, it's all about triple extending at the hips, at the knees, and at the ankles. So the great thing about the kettlebell clean is that I can have an individual who's never picked up a kettlebell, who's never trained with me before, and I can get them cleaning a bell in about 3 to 4 minutes tops, just by letting them be able to understand the different movements. And the cue that you always want to give with any type of triple extension movement when you're doing any type of clean is push, jump, punch. And which, once again, Joe, Big House Man, that was a fantastic cue that you gave in your e-book, Push, Jump, Punch, what I would highly recommend for any coach to pick up. The great thing about that e-book is that it breaks down the barbell clean, and a lot of those same principles that Joe talks about in that video, you can apply with the kettlebell clean as well. So we're going to use that cue of push, jump, punch. Pushing refers to pushing the ground away. That's going to get the bell to moving. The jump portion gets the bell to floating. And then once the bell is floating, then we can do a fast punch to put that bell in the rack position. And the great thing about push, jump, punch is that it trains triple extension and allows for you to give you full control of the bell, whether you had a barbell or, in this case, the kettlebell. And once again, great cue to get it moving and to really help for your athletes to understand what it is that you want for them to actually be able to do with the bell. So I'm going to do a couple of reps on the left side and on the right side and breaking the movement down. So first, I'm just going to be pushing or doing kind of like a deadlift variation. Then I'm going to add in the jump component, to which we start to get light triple extension. And then I'm going to add in that punch. That punch, you want to visualize yourself performing like an uppercut to really keep everything tight. But instead of your knuckles facing you, you want this part of your hand facing your body. Make sure that you're keeping that hand on the inside of that shoulder, because any type of deviations outside of your shoulder, that bell will start to pull you out, and that can lead to some type of shoulder injury. Not to mention, it's just a very inefficient way to finish with the bell. So when we push, jump, punch, imagine keeping your arm glued to your rib cage, abs tight, whole body's embraced, like a bracing for impact or bracing from a punch, and you will be able to develop some great triple extension. Now, let me show you how to actually clean the bell. So as you can see, as an athlete or coach, you have a variety of tools available to you to train triple extension. So if you're really not familiar with the Olympic lifts and you don't know how to coach them, you can quickly get an athlete to learning how to be able to be explosive in a controlled environment by using the kettlebell. A couple of quick tips. One, always make sure that when you finish in that rack position, that your knuckles are pointing straight up to the ceiling, and that when you rack that bell, the entire body responds by carrying that load. Also, if your punch isn't fast enough, if you're punching too slow, that bell is going to flip over and crash into your arm. You can start to get some marks on your forearm or on your shoulder because you're bracing the impact of that bell instead of just gently bringing that bell into the rack position. And even though I'm saying gentle, I mean gentle in regards to that bell being able to just rack and just sit on top of your arm and not crashing back into you. But that punch still has to be explosive and it still has to be very fast. So, triple extension, kettlebell clean, great movement. Also, if you want to start here and train triple extension, that push jump punch, it translates effectively towards a barbell if you do have an individual who is able to rack. So aside from the hex bar power jumps that I shot a couple of days ago, you can also try out the kettlebell clean from the ground and it'll be fantastic for you. You may have noticed starting from the ground is a whole lot easier than teaching the individual to come from the backswing. The reason why I do that is because if you have someone who really isn't proficient with the swing, because they're unable to control their arc, getting them to be able to pull from the ground in a straight line is a great alternative, and I hope you guys enjoy it.